So tonight, the NFL schedule will be officially released at around 7 p.m., but as always, there are lots of these games that get leaked before the official announcement by different reporters. So if you want to wait till tonight, don't watch this video. If you want to see some of the games that are pretty exciting, keep listening. And so there were a few differing reports with one game that was conflicting, two different reporters. But let me share here from PackersNews.com, posted by Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, written by Christopher Kuhagan, I believe you say it. And they're a very reputable site, and they say that these are games they have confirmed with their sources, so I pretty much trust what they are saying here. And here are the 7 games that have been put out so far. Tonight, we'll know all of it, maybe even sometime soon, because I'm filming this video at 11:31 a.m. Central Time. But first, we already knew the Packers were playing the Eagles at Philadelphia, or not at Philadelphia, but Packers being the away team. The first game in Brazil on Friday night, which shall be interesting. Having the kickoff of the season on a Friday night should be fun. Packers in Brazil. It seems like there's a ton of Packers fans in Brazil, so hopefully, even though it's an away game, the stadium will be packed. So that should be a good one, a good matchup. Jalen Hurts versus Jordan Love. Then these games we haven't yet heard of before today, versus the Colts at home on September 15th. So that will be Week 2, the Packers return from Brazil back home to Green Bay, where they will have their first home game of the season. Anthony Richardson, I'm guessing, should be healthy. Colts QB by that time, and that should be a fun game. The Colts were pretty good last year, even though they lost their newer draft pick in Anthony Richardson. He should be back, so that should be a fun one. First game at Lambeau Field. Oh, I can't wait. Then we got Minnesota versus Minnesota at home on September 29th. So I guess that would be, week 4? Yeah, I think that's week 4, September 29th versus the Vikings at home. I would say right now in the NFC North, the Vikings are probably the worst team, with the Bears getting Caleb Williams, with the Lions making it to the NFC Championship last year. The NFC North is pretty competitive, but I do think the Vikings are going to be at the bottom of the NFC North this season. But with these divisional games, you never know what could happen. It should be another fun one at home at Lambeau Field. Then this will be a massive game. Very big game. November 24th versus the San Francisco 49ers at home. The Packers lost to the 49ers in the divisional round of the playoffs last season. We should have had it. We had a chance. Things did not go well. Missed a field goal. Jordan Love threw some interceptions. And so the Packers can, get some revenge against the 49ers at home, as opposed to the playoff game, which was away in January. And so we'll see if the Packers can, change their luck and finally beat the 49ers. Feels like a long time in Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers for many years. The 49ers seem to get the best of us a lot of times, and hopefully that trajectory can change this season, November 24th. Then November 28th, so that's only 4 days later, so not a lot of rest between those games. November 28th, that's Thanksgiving versus Miami. I saw it's going to be at 7:20 p.m. at Lambeau Field. So that's going to be a fun one in Green Bay on Thanksgiving at night versus the Dolphins, who I still think are a very solid team. That's going to be a very fun game. I think holiday games are always exciting. Sitting back, eating some turkey, watching the Packers at night. That'll be a fun one. Night game at Lambeau Field should be an awesome atmosphere. Maybe it'll be snowing in November. Then we have December 15th at Seattle versus the Seahawks. The Seahawks are a pretty good team. Not as good as they used to be in times past, but still a solid team. That should be a good one. And then the final game, Week 18 versus Chicago at home. So the Packers end the season off in a game that could be meaningful, probably meaningful. Lots of these, Week 17, Week 18 games, they're big factors in, playoff seeding, things like that. And with the Bears, I think they're going to be much better this year, just with the talent they've added in here, specifically in the draft with Odunze, with Caleb Williams at home at Lambeau Field. I think that we're going to see some more competitive football between the Packers and Bears this season than we have in times past, because I do think Caleb Williams is better than Justin Fields. But those are the games that have come out so far. Odds are more games will be coming out sometime soon, and maybe it'll be out. It will be out fully tonight. So at some point, I'll make a video reacting to the entire schedule, and I'll do some predictions on what I think the Packers' record will be. But the games I'm looking forward to the most right now, honestly, Thanksgiving night game versus the Dolphins, just because, as I said, I love those, holiday games, and the atmosphere at Lambeau Field on a night games are just unmatched by, any place in the NFL. And then the rematch against the 49ers. That's one where, have that. The Packers will probably have that one circled, wanting to get their revenge after losing in the playoffs last year. So if you want more Packers news, feel free to subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys next time.